Russian rulers are like Siberian winters. They go on and on. Joseph Stalin's icy grip spanned a quarter of a century. Brezhnev ruled 18 years. For Vladimir Putin, it's already 20 and counting. Nadezhda is a Putin fan. When 8 houses in her village burnt down, she went on TV and begged the president for help. The very next day, Mr. Putin sent in the builders and, abracadabra, new homes, courtesy of the Kremlin. Nadezhda even got to meet Russia's leader and shake his hand.
People in the village told me, "Don't wash your hand for a year." Some of them asked me to shake their hands with the hand the president shook. Under Putin, Russia has risen from her knees. Let him stay in power. Give him another 20 years.
This is exactly how Vladimir Putin wants his people to see him, as the solution to their problems, not as the cause of them. And because the Kremlin controls the media here and the whole political system, for the last 20 years, it's been able to push this message quite successfully. Over the last 2 decades, Vladimir Putin has honed the image of modern-day Tsar, all-powerful, irreplaceable. But not everyone in Russia believes that's a good thing.
Someone who's been in power for that long cannot avoid beginning to think that he is very special, that he is more intelligent than anyone else, that he knows it all. Gradually, you succumb to this aura of being the only and the one great and so on, and that's very dangerous for a country.
Boris Yeltsin didn't succumb. 20 years ago, he stepped down early to hand over to Putin. Valentin Yumashev played a key role in that decision. As Boris Yeltsin's chief of staff, he'd hired Putin to be his deputy and later recommended him to Yeltsin as a possible future president. So what does he think? Will Putin leave office when constitutionally obliged to in 4 years' time?
If we asked Putin now about 2024, he'd say 100% that he will step down. But that's 4 years away. The situation will be different. We don't know what Vladimir Putin will do then.
What we do know is that although Russian winters are long, they do end eventually. And so eventually will the Putin era. But what comes next? What kind of leader? It's too soon to predict. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Siberia.